continues, and we are in downtown Arcola. I'm with Mark Smith, who's going to talk about how this community embraces art. Mark, first of all, thanks for joining us.
Well, thanks for having me.
Let's talk about how this small town of Arcola has one of the largest displays of art in its downtown area.
Well, I believe it all started with Muma America's Hippie Memorial, which started in the 1990s. It's a 62-foot outdoor sculpture that basically celebrates things that happened in the United States and is a little bit critical of government. It's created by Bob Muma. Bob certainly wasn't afraid to speak his mind. At his sign shop, he would pit politically critical signs around his sign shop. That's where it started. The city asked him to build a fence. He built a fence. They wanted a taller fence, and then the memorial was created.
It's funny it started that way because what it has become as a community embracing so much when it comes to art. Can you talk about the murals? It's incredible what we see.
Very true. In 2012, a group of over 130 artists from all over the world came to Arcola and gave us 15 murals in 3 days.
Wow.
The murals aren't just pretty pictures. They're all about quirky things in Arcola history, our ties to Ella Fitzgerald, our ties to Charles Lindbergh, and the time that our football team beat the Chicago Bears. Actually, they weren't exactly the Bears, but we beat them nonetheless.
You know, and it's not just on the murals on the sides of buildings, but it's the sweeping beauties that take over this town. How about those?
Good segue. Sweeping Beauties were about 4 years ago. Since we are the broomcorn capital of the world and also the public art capital of Central Illinois, we decided that some oversized brooms would be just right on our downtown lampposts. They also were done by a lot of the same team that did the Wall Dog murals, and each and every one of them is based on a really bad pun, such as Lincoln swept here, and it just goes downhill after that.
But it's a great way to bring not only the idea of art, but really some fun conversation pieces as well. You know, I got to talk about where we're standing right now, because we can't leave without Raggedy Ann and Andy, a huge part of this community because...
Johnny Gruelle, the creator of Raggedy Ann and Andy, was born here in Arcola, so we celebrate this with these bronzes by Jerry McKenna. There's also a mural that features Raggedy Ann and Andy. Jerry McKenna, the sculptor, very famous, has sculptures at the Football Hall of Fame, the College Football Hall of Fame. He also last year gave us a bronze of Benjamin Franklin, a life-size bronze with Benjamin holding a broom.
Wow.
Now, a lot of people ask, what association does Benjamin Franklin have with Arcola? Well, Benjamin Franklin is credited with bringing broomcorn seed to the United States of America. Since we are the broomcorn capital of the world, there you go. It all
ties together, and it all ties into the idea that Arcola is a great place to visit. For so many reasons, we're featuring all of those this week. But as we wrap up with you, Mark, let's talk about the most important reason, because it's art, isn't it? Why is it so important for people to understand the significance that art brings?
It is art, and it is accessible to everyone. All of our pieces are outdoors. And it also celebrates our culture.
Well, thanks for talking to us.
Certainly.
Thanks for educating us, but it's time for you to educate yourself with a trip to Arcola, Illinois. Make it part of your journey. Have some fun and hang out with Raggedy Ann and Andy. What gets better than that?